Most people in the world today, when asked which country is the happiest place to grow up, might guess from among the most wealthy, more powerful countries, such as the United States, Great Britain, or maybe even France. And wouldn't all these happy kids just be raised by the happiest parents? Of course they would, right? Yet, according to the Wall Street Wire, none of these countries even crack the top 10 on the happiness scale. So, why aren't the people who have the most stuff the happiest? The Telegraph, a British publication, lays the blame on materialism, a constant pursuit of things. If the pursuit of things is the source of much unhappiness, the solution might well be found in the opposite of our complicated modern lives. Perhaps the key to real happiness lies in living the simple life. There are numerous benefits to simple living, but I will only discuss 3. A simple lifestyle is an efficient lifestyle, a simple lifestyle is a less stressful lifestyle, and a simple lifestyle allows a person to devote time to the true sources of a happy life, relationships, and personal interests. The first advantage of simple living is that it requires less resources than a lifestyle filled with expensive possessions. Simple living is efficient living. For a person to keep up a lifestyle of obtaining the latest and greatest things, he or she must make a great deal of money. However, when people live a simple life, they try to avoid high cost by looking for used, maybe even older items that will suffice. Life becomes more about getting the job done by reducing income pressure. Those who live simply cut down on the stress of constantly needing to produce money to buy new things. When people realize that life can be good without the latest and greatest gadgets, they are also less likely to throw away items that can still be used, and therefore they produce less waste. Because simple living consumes fewer resources, it leaves more resources available for the people who need them more. A person who is living a simple life wastes less food, technology, and other resources. These resources that are now not needed by people higher up on the food chain can be given to the people in need. In many parts of the world today, poor people go without the food and shelter they need to survive. Meanwhile, people buy items they never even use and throw away food that could have provided nutrition to someone else. If more people choose to live simply, to consume only what they need, so much suffering in the world could be alleviated. There are enough resources to provide for all the people, but far too much is wasted on lifestyles that are filled with ridiculous excess. As Gandhi once said, "Live simply so others may simply live." People who choose not to live excessively or waste resources can enjoy the satisfaction of doing their part to improve the world. The second benefit of simple living is it slows life down, lets people enjoy life more, and reduces stress. When people choose to live a simple life, they rid themselves of many of the gadgets and jobs that take up every second of their day. With today's speed-of-light communications devices, it is literally possible to work anytime, anywhere, and practically every minute of the day. Today's multitaskers feel like they are wasting time if they just sit around doing nothing. People who choose to surround themselves with technology often become slaves to it, finding themselves addicted to work, TV, or video games. They spend less time sleeping and are careless with their eating habits, which can produce many health problems. Rushing to do several things at once only increases the stress of everyday life. Those who choose to step out of the rat race not only find that they can begin to escape the unhappiness trap of a consumer-driven society, in which individuals are constantly told that buying just one more thing will produce instant happiness. The problem with instant happiness is that it tends to vanish as quickly as it comes. Financial stress is one of the biggest causes of frustration, depression, marital arguments, and family dysfunction, as well as stress-related health problems. Many of us are so busy making a living, we have completely forgotten to make a life worth living. The last advantage of simple living I will discuss is that it allows people to focus on the true sources of happiness. relationships, and personal passions. So many of today's families believe that success lies in achieving an economically elevated lifestyle, in which the family lives in a big house, drives the latest cars, and sends their kids to the best schools. If this were true, the many privileged children in America and Great Britain would be the world's happiest. Yet, they're not. A recent UNICEF study found that kids in consumerism-driven countries like the United States and Britain were often the most unhappy. The kids said they would rather spend time with their parents than have the fanciest toys. In order to support the consumer-driven lifestyles they think will benefit their kids, parents are often forced to work long hours. Meanwhile, their kids are starved for parental attention. Kids feel as if the stuff matters more than they do. Those who choose simpler lifestyles, smaller houses, older cars, less debt, less demanding jobs, are more likely to share deep, meaningful bonds with friends and families, and are more able to spend time pursuing personal hobbies or passions. We need to love and be loved in return, and the problem with things we own is that they cannot love us back. A person could have few material goods in the world, yet be happy enduring relationships with family and friends. Yet, a person who has all the material goods in the world, but has no true friends or family, will be unsatisfied on the deepest level. Some of the richest people in the world today are also the poorest in spirit. I hope that these 3 reasons are more than enough to convince you to consider taking steps towards simple living. Even a few small decisions can help to make a difference. Why choose a lifestyle that will consume more resources, produce more stress, and take you away from the people you love? Why waste? Why run after more than you need when so many people in the world do not have what they need? Wouldn't we all be better off if we don't contribute to a society in which trash cans are full on one side of the world while dinner plates are empty on the other? Wouldn't we be happier with more time and fewer things? Is life really all about trying to find one more way to do multiple tasks at once? Or should we simply sit down, take a breath, and take time to enjoy our lives? Why not live simply and just begin to truly live? Simple living is simply a better life.